will continue with the sample case, the Photoshop. Okay, I know all the groups have worked on the case, redo what you have done in the last class, and I'm happy to see some of you managed to apply the blue ocean strategy in that particular case. So without further ado, I now invite a group to share your slide and discuss with us, what you have done in terms of the correction. Okay, since we only have 1.5 hours for this class, I'm not gonna repeat most of the things that I have said in the last class. I'm just gonna go and facilitate. I'm just a facilitator here. You're supposed to work in your group, do your research, come up with a solution, present your ideas here, and we will discuss. So while one group is discussing, the other group should take note and learn to ask questions. Questioning is one of the ways to learn. When you work later on, you see that this is a skill that is highly valued. Asking the right question, relevant question at the right time is a skill that you must develop. So don't be offended when people ask you a question, and try to practice questioning. Questioning will open up our mind, will make us more creative, will make us able to see issues and problems from different perspectives. And we have to be very open with other people's view. It doesn't mean that if someone is commenting on our idea, it doesn't mean that our idea is wrong. And you can always respond and provide your opinion or clarify your position. Okay, with that, I now invite group, let me see, dominators. Okay, and I would like Nick Nur Najwa to present. Nick, are you here? Is Nick here? No, she's not here. Okay, how about, let me see, Kirtana, can you please present for us? For your group, I mean, Kirtana. I know you're here, Kirtana. If you didn't respond, I would consider you absent. You're absent? You don't mind me putting you down as absent? This will affect your grade. Okay, fine, you're absent. Aisha to Radia from Dominators. Aisyah tu? Panggil apa? Aisyah ya? Absent juga? Oh, yo. Absent. Okay, just to remind you, I have the right to stop you, to bar you from taking the last test. The last test is equivalent to the final exam. In this course, we don't have a final exam, but we will do it for the official final exam. And if I have reason to believe that you are not suitable, or you do not cooperate, or you're absent, and you do not participate in class, I can put up a report and make sure you are barred, you are stopped from taking that test, and therefore automatically you will fail. Okay, I do not mean to be mean, I do not mean to scare you, but for you to become accountants, you must be responsible, you must be ethical, you must be disciplined. Okay. Whatever is assigned to you, you must do. You have the duty to finish it. If it's a group work, you must work with your group. If it's individual, then you have to do it on your own. Honesty is very important for this course. I am very strict, but I am very fair. If you did everything you're supposed to do and you're reasonable enough, your answers are practical and reasonable, there's no way you can fail. Okay, I'm calling one more time. Aisha Radia. If you for whatever reason you must miss your class, you must inform me before class, not after class. Okay, I don't like to start a class in this manner, but this is quite disappointing. Okay, so we have Nick Nur Najwa, sekali lagi saya panggil. Absent juga. Who's the leader, the group leader? Fadil. Fadil, did they inform you
Yes.
that they will miss class?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, did they inform these three people? Did they inform you that they will miss this class?
No.
Okay, so they are in
Before
trouble.
before the class start, Prof remind us to join Webex 5 minutes before class start, and then one of my members tell to inform in group to join the class because maybe our group present about December case.
Mhm.
So nothing respond from them.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Fadil. The reason why we start at 3 is to give everyone the time, 1 hour, to work with your group members. Yeah. I ask you to join this 5 minutes before class. That means you have 55 minutes to work things out, to smooth out, whatever you need, in terms of your material, in terms of your presentation, your ideas, your solution, so that when we start the class, when you are presenting, all of the group members are in agreement with the solution. So there's no issue within the groups. That's why we start at 3. And I finish at 4:30, meaning that you have another half hour to tie up after the class. So there's no issue, or there's no reason to say you don't have enough time. You have 1 hour before class and half hour after class. Because for this course, most of the time you work with your group members. The only time you work alone is during the test. Okay, so it's very important for you, to get together. If you don't have other time, at least 1 hour before class, 55 minutes before class, you have the time. If you could replace it at other time, that is your decision. As long as you allocate a minimum of 3 hours, for the cases. Of course, you need to do more on your own. Maybe you are assigned to do some research or to look up at certain things, to really do some editing, that's another story. But for the purpose of the class, you have ample time to do your preparation, and after the class to wrap up on your own with your group members. Okay, I do not want to waste time on this. Okay, let's invite Anis Izzati to present for this group. Anis, everything you do during the session will give you, some points. So please be prepared. Yeah, Anis. Anis also refused to present. See,
Prof.
your class, in your group, Fadel, you have a lot of problem if this is what I see today.
Hello, Prof.
Yes.
Anis tell me that the line is problem.
Can you hear me, Anis? Okay, I hope you're not making that an excuse. Yeah, every time you call, it's line problem. Okay, thank you, Fadil. Fahmi, last
Yeah.
class you were absent, right, Fahmi? Mana Fahmi?
Hello?
Hello? Is there Fahmi in this
Hello, Prof?
group? Yeah. Siapa tu?
Prof, Anis speaking but line is not okay.
Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Now I'm calling Fahmi. Tak ada juga. Bad impression for this group. I'm sorry to say that. Ilya, Nasuha, I know you're the one sharing the slides.
Yes,
Can you
Prof.
please present? Yes. Thank you, Ilya.
For the sample case, the problem is about the competitors. Lawrence did not aware about the competition that already have in the Kuala Terengganu Trade Center, KTCC. And the second problem is about lack of capitals. Lawrence does not have enough capital to start up with the business. And the third one is he also lack of knowledge and skill business because he has never experienced to open up the business before this.
Okay, thank you, Ilya. Stop for a while. I'm calling Pavitra from Group Pastel. Pavitra, do you
Yes, Prof.
agree? Do you agree with the problems listed by dominators, or do you have some other opinions?
I agree, Prof.
You agree?
Yes.
It's easier to agree, right, than to disagree?
No, Prof, actually, the problems are more like same like our group's problem also, the competitor, and also they have lack of knowledge in financial management.
Okay, if that is what you say, I move on to Superior. From Superior, let me call Kairunisa. Kairunisa,
Yes, Prof.
your group has the same problems as listed here? See, everyone, after you have discussed and get your group solution, everyone must have ready, must be ready with the
Yes,
slides.
Prof.
Yes, so you have
Yeah.
the same problems, exactly.
Yes.
Okay, in that case, I move on, balik to Ilya. Continue your presentation. I'm surprised. Every group have the same problems. Okay, Ilya.
Okay. Next is for the alternative. First is Lawrence can implement a blue ocean strategy, or he can business as usual as freelancer, but he cannot generate income to generate income for his family and to open up the stores.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay,
next
carry on.
is new innovations that our group discussed is Lawrence can innovate the photo booth vending machine. Since I acknowledge it in KTCC, there's no store have a photo booth vending machine. Yeah.
Okay, let's see next slide.
Okay, for the SWOT analysis, the strength is Lawrence is he is experienced as a photographer, so he will know about the photograph products, and he also have customer loyalty from the existing store that Harris owned before, and also the reputation of existing stores. Okay, that's for the weaknesses. We all know that he has source of funding. He is no there's no source of funding to start the business, and he also lack of experience in doing business and how to manage it, and the business also is high startup cost to open up the stores. Okay, next is our opportunities. Opportunities is a collaboration with other photographers. In Lauren, he's the freelancer photographer. He can collaborate with other photographers to think about the how to open the store and to attract more customers. And then it's a social media marketing. He can advertise his business through the social media, and also it can create a big customer base. For the threat is, of course, we all know in all business, there's increase in competition, and also decrease in consumer demand if there's a lot of competitors in KTCC.
Okay, did you do the industry analysis? Your group, I mean, did you do the industry analysis? Yes or no?
No.
Why not? Okay. You don't have to answer that. Again, I remind you, for each and every case we're doing in this class, you need to do some industry analysis to provide the basis, at least for your SWOT analysis, not just, thinking without a base. The industry analysis shall form the basis of your SWOT analysis. Okay, because every industry is unique, every industry is different, every industry has its own strengths and weaknesses and all that. So when doing this, you must base mostly on the company and the industry, because your company belongs to the industry. To see the opportunities, you should look into the industry. To see the threats, you must also look into the industry, because opportunities and threats are outside your company. Outside your company, the most relevant is your industry. Unless you want to merge, you want to get into another industry, then you also have to study that potential industry. If you think about strengths and weaknesses, it's within your company. Okay, so you muhasabah diri, you look inside your company. What are the strengths and what are the weaknesses? But for opportunities and threats, you cannot escape the industry analysis. What's relevant outside of you is determined by your industry, because that is where you belong. Okay, we can broaden out the industry, we can redefine the industry, but it must be there must be some basis for you to do your opportunities and threats. I hope it's clear to everyone. It's okay to make mistake now rather than later. Yeah. Okay. Next slide. Okay. You want somebody else to present? Maybe Fadil can help out here. Thank you, Ilya.
Thank you, Mate Prof.
Okay.
Okay, Prof. Now we go to ERRC grid. Okay. For the eliminate, we have outdated product that we can outdated product we cannot competition with we cannot compete with another photographer or another store because of outdated product. Okay, next is reduce price to get more customer, and then rise quality. So in this industry, we need to improve our quality because in industry photographer, the quality of picture or quality of video or another in photo, we need improve quality to manage our uh, what we can say our our customer
Satisfaction?
maksudnya maksudnya uh, apa yang diperlukan oleh customer. Itu maksud saya. Sorry for the uh, for the my lacks of in English. Okay, next is
To
create.
meet,
We create
sorry, Fadil, to meet the needs of the customers.
to make what?
To meet the needs or the requirements or the demand of the customers. Yeah.
To make
So you
the
want
need
to fulfill, fulfill the customers' needs and requirements.
yes. We need
Okay.
to meet the needs of requirement of customer. Okay, the next is create. We choose the photo vending machine because in we can see that a new technology we can as we know at Stadium JDT we have photo vending machine that cost more can hire more profit because the one picture we one customer we can get 15 ringgit for the one picture. So we discuss in our group, so we choose the photo vending because we need more funding for get alternative funding for.
Okay, Fadil, yeah, we got you. Thank you. Stop for a while. I
Hello.
will ask question. Yes, I will ask question now, not to you, but to others. Okay. So let me call from group superior. Muhazan Shah.
Prof, it's supposed Hannah.
Sorry, Hannah. Oh, it's okay. Forget you. It's okay. I call somebody else. You have answered last class. Muhammad Al-Amin.
Yes, Prof.
Okay. Is there any relationship between the SWOT analysis and the ERRC? Show the SWOT analysis, please. Okay, is there any relationship between this SWOT and the ERRC?
I think it is a relationship.
How are they related?
Because every SWOT analysis can improve in ARC grip.
Okay, can you give an example how, for example, something from SWOT is linked to something from ERRC? Let's show the ERRC.
For example of quality.
Okay, is that shown in the SWOT? Is quality? Let's go back to the SWOT analysis. Do we see anything about quality here?
Yes, bro. Let's see. We see collaboration with other photograph.
Is that quality? Not according to Fadil. Fadil, I think, mentioned quality in terms of the output of the products. Betul tak Fadil?
Yes, Prof.
Okay. Now back to Amin, Muhammad Amin. Anything you
Yes.
can explain here that is related to quality? Just give it a try, you know, this is the opportunity to think. Okay, let me open to anyone else. Pavitra.
Yes, bro.
Okay, can you see the link between SWOT and ERRC?
Yes, Prof. Actually, based on SWOT analysis, we can find the weaknesses and the strength, and we can do the blue ocean strategy based on it.
Now, let's show the ERRC.
Like for the weaknesses, when we see there's fun and all this, so when it goes to the blue ocean strategy, we can maybe create another joint venture to help us in the fun section, something like that.
Very
Like
good,
integrated.
very good. Yeah, very good. Pavitra, very good. Yeah. Okay. Back to the SWOT analysis. Okay. When you see here, you see some weaknesses. And that weaknesses actually affect your performance. Remember the key success factors? You have to list down the key success factors first. What would determine your success in this particular business, in this industry? And then you map it out. So you see where are your weaknesses, what should be, but is still not there or is still not strong enough. So those weaknesses, they are important. So you must raise them. You must increase them in your ERRC. Then only it makes sense. If you see the opportunities here, this is from outside. Okay? This will make you successful, but you haven't have them or you haven't offered them. So this is what you must create. You create based on your opportunities. Bear in mind, like I said, this is based on your industry analysis. You must understand the industry first. So you see the opportunities and you will consider these opportunities as something that you can innovate, something you can create, something that will bring in new revenues for you, new customers for you. Okay. Also, if you see your strength, yeah, and you know, these strengths are actually what make you survive at the moment. Okay. And now you need to consider them. Yeah. Maybe some of the strengths are not really the key success factors. They are strength for you, but really they don't really matter, in terms of success. So they are costly. Anything you provide, anything you serve, there's value or there's cost added, there's cost attached to it. So now you have to consider, if they're not the key success factors, maybe you should eliminate them. So that's how you map this. Yeah. from industry analysis to your SWOT analysis, your key success factors, your ERRC. So they are meaningful. They are not in isolation. They are interconnected. Is that clear? How do you link threats to ERRC? Can someone answer that? You see something as a threat, and you know that's very important to be successful. It's a key success factor, but it's some sort of threat. So you must do something about it. What do you do with the threat? Cannot eliminate it.
In my opinion, Prof, maybe we can create a strategy. In my opinion, like a strategy that is low cost and differentiate from the can differentiate from the another photography store at KTCC.
Very good. Yeah. Mitra, you're doing very well. Yeah. Very happy. Okay. So that's how you apply. Yeah. Because otherwise it's just a waste. You spend a lot of time doing the SWOT analysis after you've done the industry analysis, after you all list down all the key success factors. And then when it comes to the ERRC, it's from somewhere else. It's not connected to the SWOT analysis. Then most likely it's not going to be practical. Okay, move to the next slide, please. I hope it's clear to everyone. Yeah, that's how we do. Okay, now, who would like to present this from Dominators? Kirtana, Tana try ke? I know, I see your name. I see you in the participants list. Tana, tak apalah. Saya pun tak nak kawan dengan awak lah. Jawab sudah. Now, balik pada Ilya, can you help us out in this one?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, for the blue ocean strategy, like Fadi said just now, the innovation is photo booth vending machines. Okay, what the business can offer fun experience to your customer and increase loyalty. Print a fun photo montage with your photo, like with the celebrities or football players. And third one is for nostalgia. You can take a photo but in old style photo themes. And this photo vending machine is extra entertainment. Like when we go to shopping, we hang out with the friends after eats before going back home. Of course, we want to have a picture together. So if you go 5 persons, then it's cannot one person take a photo and for others in the photo, right? So we need this vending machine so all people can get in the photos. And the target market is like teenagers or families, workers that have a company dinners like that.
Where have you seen this vending photo machine?
Sorry?
Where did you see this? You said it's not at KTCC. You've
No,
seen it somewhere. Yeah, you've seen it somewhere else.
yes.
Where did you see this? Is it through
In
research?
in ECM Kuantan, East Coast Mall.
Okay, and they charge 15 per
50 ringgit that for in Stadium JDT.
1
Yeah,
5.
that's Fadil 15 ringgit that Fadil mentioned just now.
Okay, okay. Okay, so move on.
Okay, for the key success factor, by implement a blue ocean strategy and put the photo booth, you can have effective system and technology, because in a modern age we all know that we need to up to date with the technology. And the second one is increase the number of visits from returning customer. Of course, we want that in the all business, we want the customer return to our stores and use the service from our stores. And third one is it can also help to retain sufficient earning to balance our economic cycle. And fourth one is encourage innovation to make customers' expectation and satisfaction. Like we don't need the customer not use like a tripod to take the photo. They all can use the photo booth machine with a variety of uh, theme, or can take a photo with your celebrity or the character they like.
Okay, thank you. Now, I would like to ask questions. I'm calling Muhammad Naim from Group ACES.
Yes, I'm here, Prof.
Yes, what do you think of these suggestions from nominators? Any comment from you? Compared to what your group has discussed and the solution that you have reached? And maybe question this group or comment or argue
Okay,
with their findings.
firstly, for me, for the first effective system and technology
Louder, please.
for my group, we decided to eliminate the use of CD, which is nowadays people tend to use Google Drive, which is more convenient and easy to access every time. So the effectiveness of system and technologies, I agree with the suggestion. And the next one, about to retain sufficient earning to balance our economic cycle. I agree with it, which is by having more people visit the photo booth vending machine. It will cover the earning, the store earning, and the fourth one, encourage innovation to make customer expectation. By having photo booth vending machine, it will give high expectation to customer due to the improvement of technology and the innovation of photo booth industry, like that. Prof.
So basically you agree 100% with this group solution. They
Yes.
they are going to invest in this
Mhm.
photo business, and they will make available this vending machine, and that should be sufficient to generate revenues to pay for the loan.
Yes.
That is what you agree.
Yes, that's my opinion.
Thank you, Naim.
Okay, welcome, Prof.
Okay, I still have questions, but let's move on. I will see what this group. Okay, let me see what you have. The next slide, Ilya. Okay. Okay, let's come to this. Everybody can see the graph. Okay, you have Goodfoto in blue and competitors in that gold color, whatever, brown, gold. Okay. Okay, to be complete, you should have another line which represents the industry or the average. Yeah, the competitor, the one for the competitor is actually for your immediate, we call immediate competitor, for just one competitor. Okay. And then you have another line that is for the average, industry average for all other competitors. Why do we need to have one line for competitor? Because that is actually the one you want to, you have been going head on. For example, if I take a simple example in the airline industry, okay, you have basically the main ones are the Malaysia Airlines and the AirAsia, and then you have all these other small airlines. But if you were to study AirAsia, and then AirAsia would have another line for Malaysia Airlines because it goes head on with Malaysia Airlines, direct competitor. And it will have another line that represents the industry average, all other players in the industry. But for this exercise, it's sufficient to have these two. Yeah. I just want to you to be aware of that. By right, you should have 3 lines. Yeah. So here, what they're saying is that, okay, before I do that, let me call one of you to comment on this strategy canvas. Okay, I will call from group Pastel. Nur Alisa Wahida. Okay, can you please comment or give your opinion on this strategy canvas? Nur Alisa? Senyap je. Ada ke tak? Ada kan? Don't tell me you have poor line also. Give it a try. Nur Alisa. Kalau tak jawab kira absent walaupun saya nampak awak punya nama, I will consider you absent. Okay, that's very bad. Absent. Let me call Nur Shazana Fatin from Superior. It's a very small class, yeah, so it's
Yes,
very
Prof.
unlikely you can escape. Okay, you are Nur Shazana.
Yes.
Yes, Nur Shazana, what do you think of this strategy canvas? Can you explain to us? What are they saying? What is this group telling us? See, the strategy canvas should be very easy for anyone, yeah, even the one who are not involved in the in solving the case. The moment you see the strategy canvas, you should understand what it means. Okay, so tell us, what do you understand? There's no, no worries about right or wrong. Just tell us, what do you think? Shazana?
For my understanding,
Mhm.
for this strategy canvas of Goodfoto, have better than the competitors.
Okay, photo is better. Okay.
Yes. So as you can see in the strategy, we have the editing, marketing, reputation. But overall, we can conclude that Goodfoto is higher than other competitors.
Yes, Shazana, thank you. So you're saying that based on this graph, if they were able to implement the strategy as shown in this canvas, this Goodfoto will do better than its competitor, because it has created the photo booth vending, and it has raised its marketing. See where the second point, yeah, and even the first point, your editing is higher than your competitor. You mean photo editing, not just editing, yeah, photo editing. Your marketing is higher than your competitor. When you offer something at higher level than your competitors, logically your cost will be higher. Your cost will be higher. And when you're offering something similar, you're talking about reputation. Is reputation a key success factor? If you say yes, then your reputation is as good as your competitor. The third point, yeah, it's exactly the same as your competitor. What does it mean? You are just as famous as your competitor. That's not good. That's not good. Okay, quality products is higher. Of course, your cost is higher. Price is higher. Okay, fine. If you say that's what you want to do, and you have this photo booth machine. But okay, my question next is, how is this strategy canvas related to ERRC? Or is it not related? Ahmad Saufi from Pastel, what do you think?
Yes, madam. Hello.
Hello, Ahmad Saufi.
Hello, madam. You hear me, madam?
Yeah, Ahmad
Yes,
Saufi.
Prof, sorry.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, can you
How
hear?
is this,
Oh,
sorry,
sorry.
how is strategy canvas related to ERRC?
EDRIC.
Okay, let's show the ERRC.
Yeah.
Ilya?
Can I see?
Okay, how is this related to the strategy canvas, or is it not related?
Only minute reading screen.
Here, for
I think
example, you
there's
say, okay, go ahead.
yes, I'm hearing.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I not really sure. Wait. Hold on, Prof.
Okay, state my question again. Is the ERRC related to the strategy canvas?
I think there's a bearing with ERRC and strategy canvas because like this presentation, the quality there, then also we have quality in the strategy canvas. So if in my opinion, ERRC is related with the strategy canvas because it do have the criteria we put into the strategy canvas.
Okay, good try, thank you. Yeah. Actually, this
Yeah.
okay, ERRC should be mapped directly to the strategy canvas. Here you see this group says reduce price. Look at the strategy canvas. Let's go down to the strategy canvas. Here price is going up. So there's no match. That's incorrect. Okay, go to your ERRC. Okay, what do you eliminate? You eliminate outdated product, but it's not shown in your strategy canvas. When you eliminate something, it must go down to 0. You show your booth, you show your quality, you incorrectly show your price, but you didn't show your elimination. Okay, in the strategy canvas, you must show what you raise, what you reduce, what you eliminate, what you create. It must be mapped. The ERRC must be mapped to your strategy canvas. Okay, let me ask this group. Dominators, do you understand? Where did you go wrong?
Yes, Prof. I understand.
Okay, Ilya, okay, good. Okay, this is okay because this is just a sample case, but I want you to get it straight. Yeah, the strategy canvas will have 3 lines, one representing the company, the other one is direct or immediate competitor, and the third one is the industry. Maybe in some cases you don't have the data to do the proper analysis, but at least put in some assumption because this is an exercise that is very important. Okay, so let's go down to your slides and finish it off. Done. Great. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Prof.
Okay, nice try. Okay. Now, any question from other group members about
Prof,
this? Yes.
I want to get opinion from your perception about our alternative funding with vending machine.
Okay. Why don't we put it on hold for a while? Hang on to it because
Okay.
I want to give you one more group to present so that we can
Okay.
do some comparison. Is that okay with you?
Okay. But for your information, before we choose the vending machine, we try to make calculate with cost, profit, and another S, and how much we must state the price, and everything we calculate, and then we choose vending machine. So we can get break even, or we can we can get the money to buy we can break even within 1 month only.
Okay, very good. Very good.
So that's why we are confident that vending machine can the alternative of funding the Goodfoto.
Okay.
Okay.
To give you a simple answer, yeah, the solution depends on many factors, yeah. Like in your solution, you put down the target markets, which is very good, meaning that you have identified the potential customers for this type of service. If you were in a remote area, maybe this is not practical. But if you were in a town, in a big city like Kuantan, maybe that's really feasible. But if you were in Terengganu, then I will still give it a big question mark in terms of purchasing power, in terms of people's willingness to spend 15 ringgit per photo shoot on this vending machine. So there are so many other factors. That's why for our case study, there is no right or wrong answer. I would be surprised if two groups come up with the same answer, because it depends on the way you discuss, what you assume, where you locate this business, the environment, the competitors, all sorts of things. For this simple exercise, simple case, I am willing to accept this as one of the possibilities. But again, if you ask me, I would say that in terms of the expertise of Lawrence, yeah, this may not be something that can be linked directly to his underwater kind of photo shoot and all that, unless you can innovate and make the machine more or less tuned to underwater background or something like that. Make it into something, for example, people, you put people's picture and it came out as if they were walking, doing the ocean walk and all that with technology and, some sort of, innovative technique, then maybe even if you charge 50 ringgit, people are willing to pay without really going underwater, but they can, come up with a video of them, you know, doing the underwater walk. So something like that, yeah. A lot of things can be considered, and creativity can add on to that. Does it make sense? Yes or no? If you disagree with me, please say so. You know, the point of this class is to discuss, is to question, is to defend, you know. So use the opportunity. Okay, think about it. If you have other comments, we'll come back to this. But for now, I would like to invite the second group to share your slides and discuss your solution. Okay, I will now call group ACES. Okay, let me call Nor Soleha to present. Everyone has a duty to practice your slides and to know the content. That's the point of doing it in group. Okay, so Nur Soleha.
Yes.
Yes,
Do you hear
please.
me?
Thank you. Please present your group work.
Can you see that?
Yes, very good. Go ahead.
Okay, this is my members. Okay.
Okay, there's no
Do
need
you want me to?
yeah.
Do you
Skip
want me
this.
to?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
The problem is the capital to purchase the stock insufficient, which is bank can lend only 80% of the value of equipment which part of the package. They don't have enough fund. The store financial performance had been declined over the past several years. This financial performance was before he purchased it. The competitors with same industry. There is a lot of competitors with the same industry, which is photography. Can you hear me?
Yes.
First, yeah.
Yes, we can hear you. What do you mean the competitor with the same industry? Of course, you know, competitors, your relevant competitors are those companies that are in the same industry as you. You are in the photography industry. Someone in the food industry is not your competitor. Someone in the transportation industry is not your competitor. All companies in the same photography industry in your area is your competitor. So if you're the competitor with the same industry, of course. Understand or not?
Oh yes. So there is many competitors like that.
That's not a problem. That's the nature, that's the structure of the industry. Industry structure. There are many small competitors. It's not a problem. You cannot solve it. You don't have to solve it. It's the nature of the industry. This industry has many competitors. It's not a problem for you. You must live with it. Like if you were born in a big family,
We
it's
can
not a
change it.
problem. Yeah, you cannot change it. Problems are something that you must solve. For example, if you have low quality products, you know the key success factor is to have a high quality product. Otherwise, no one will buy your product. So your problem is to solve that low quality to the acceptable quality. Always remember that problems must be solved or else you go out of business. Your threats can be your problem, your weaknesses can be your problems. Faham tak?
Faham.
Okay, I hope it's clear to everyone. Problems must be solved. Issues may stay for quite some times, because this is beyond your control. For example, issues regarding what you call the pandemic. We can take vaccines, but that doesn't guarantee it will go away. So they remain as issues, but we must live within it. We must now, even though we have to go with all sorts of SOPs, we do it, but the issues remain. I hope you can differentiate between problems and issues. So the competitors with the same industry, that's not a problem. Lack of capital, yes, it is a problem. Is seasonality a problem? You are operating in Terengganu. Terengganu has seasonal, what do you call it, business condition. You have weather, seasonal weather, related to weather. Is that a problem to your business? You cannot do anything about the weather, but does the change in weather affect your business? If it does, then that's a problem for you. How do you overcome fluctuations in revenues due to changes in weather? That's an example. Okay, next slide. Okay. How
Then SWOT
about,
analysis.
yeah, okay, now just listen to my question. Okay.
Okay.
I mentioned in capital structure and cost structure in the last class. Anything you would like to say about that? Did your group analyze the capital structure and cost structure? Yes or no?
Wait a minute.
Yes or no? Nur Saleha. What did I say
think
about cost structure in the last class? Rishantini, what did I say about cost structure in the last class?
Yes, Prof.
What did I say about cost structure in the last class? You guys have to take notes, okay? Don't just listen. You must, because as we go, I will mention things that are important for you.
Fixed and variable costs incurred by the business.
Very good. It's a combination of fixed and variable costs. In total, it must be 100%. If your fixed cost is 70%, of course, your variable cost will be 30%. If your fixed cost is 30%, then vice versa, your fixed cost, your variable cost will be higher. And I also mentioned about the risk. Which one is more risky, fixed cost or variable cost?
Fixed cost.
Fixed cost.
Okay, because it's commitment. Yeah. You must clear up all your fixed costs every period, every month. So it's very risky, especially at times when revenue is low due to changes in weather, for example. Okay. So this is very important. You have to analyze, the financial data given to you for this case and see what are the fixed costs, what are the variable costs, and try to estimate the proportion of fixed costs compared to variable costs. If your fixed cost is high, then that is your problem. You must solve it. You must reduce it. So go back to your problem and say fixed costs, very high fixed costs. That's a problem. If you looked at the data, you can see, wages and benefits. That takes up a lot of the expenses. You can calculate the ratio. That's fixed cost. Yeah, interest charges is fixed cost. Yeah, royalties is fixed cost. Rent is fixed cost. Advertising is fixed cost. Debt repayment is fixed cost. So without even calculating, I can tell that this company is high on fixed cost. That's a problem. Okay, if you want to buy this company and you want to make it sustainable, your problem is to convert whatever fixed cost you can to a variable. You cannot eliminate them, but there are ways to convert fixed costs to variable costs. Okay, you have all these ratio analysis you want to show us. Okay, tell us about this. Nur Soleha, thank you, Risantini.
Actually, this another member that did it.
This is another thing. Okay, let me remind everyone again. When you do a group project or a group assignment, it doesn't mean you just divide the work and you never sit down together and share everything. If you just say, oh, somebody else did this and you don't know about it, that's very bad for you. Seriously, you must know. You assign this to A did it, so B did something else, C did something else. You must all sit down together and explain what you have done. And maybe, make sure, not maybe lah, you must make sure everybody knows what happened, what analysis have been done. Maybe you make some errors, somebody else double checked it. And at the end of the day, you give the best solution from your group. Even though somebody else did this, the whole group is responsible for it. Okay, invite whoever did this. This time I accept it. In the future, no. Everybody must know what happened. Okay. Nur Soleha, siapa buat ni?
Okay, for this ratio analysis,
Hmm?
I will explain on the net profit margin and the gross profit margin.
Okay, just do a quick,
Okay.
just tell us quickly what happened in terms of
For the net profit margin, we can see that Goodfoto can manage to gain profit in year 2017 and 2018, but in 2019 they didn't manage to gain profit due to negative percentage, means that Goodfoto cannot gain profit during the current year. And then for the gross profit margin, it shows that to determine how much profit is generated from the production of company's good, because it exclude other items such as overhead from the corporate office, tax and interest on the debt. Next, I'll pass to Nazri.
tu pun nak pass. Tak payahlah pass. Present je lah. Okay, continue whoever. Apa? I don't hear anybody. Okay, what could be the most likely reason why do you see this trend? You see, for every ratio you calculated, there is a decreasing from 2017 to 18 to 19. Okay, what could be, you have to think, what could be the most likely reasons for these ratios to be showing this trend, downward trend, which is not good?
For this, the reason may cause from the strategy of the store, which is in the KTCC. We know that the places is big, but the service provided by the store, the Goodfoto service provided, it didn't suitable with the places. So in order to increase the pattern, they need some innovation to
Okay, I understand what you're trying to say. Yeah, okay. There are many reasons for this, yeah. And in the first place, you know, why the owner wants to sell it? You can come up with so many reasons, but the main reason is because of the performance. Performance is getting poorer and poorer. And if you think of the photography business, of course, nowadays, yeah, if you think of it logically, with just a handphone, everybody can take photos. If you don't care so much about the quality, it doesn't matter. Everyone is a photographer. The moment you have a handphone, you can take, most of the handphone, you know, have this ability to take photos. And if you have a very good handphone, and no matter how poor you are at taking pictures, you will end up with high quality photos. Okay, so it's technology based. So you must invest in technology. The reason why the current owner wants to sell is most likely due to, you know, the threats of technology to this industry and the kind of investment, the kind of innovation they need to do. I mean, it's not so much so about, you know, the fact that, you know, they want to do something else in this world or whatever. And if you looked at the statement of cash flow, you can easily see that they are paying what, 38,000 just for rent. Okay, so you have to think, you know, is it worthwhile to be in the mall to pay 38,000? Of course, it's very expensive to be in the mall. Do you need to be in the mall? If you want to go to divert into tourism photography or nature photography or deep ocean photography, is it necessary to pay such a high rent? Instead of paying such a high rent, maybe you should invest it in equipment. So these ratios are only to confirm that, you know, the performance is getting worse and worse. But for you, yeah, as the potential buyer, you must come up with the logical reasons for this downward trend. Is it something that you can do something about? Is it something that you can make a turnaround and change? If it's something within you and something that can be corrected with, you know, proper investment in a proper direction, then it's the way to go. So my point is that don't spend so much time on the ratios themselves. The ratios are just the simple way of confirming, yeah, of looking at the trend. And if this trend is not consistent with the industry trend, then you know it can be corrected. If the industry is actually growing, with the technology, the industry is really, able to expand the market share, then of course, if you do it right, you can also take advantage of the growth, the trend in the industry. Okay, it's good to have this ratio analysis, but don't, over thinking about the ratios. It's more about how to improve the ratios. Okay, next slide. We only have 15 minutes left. Okay, this is your blue ocean. It's better to do it in the diagram form, okay? It's okay to write it down in this manner, but it can be more practical to put it in the diagram manner, okay? Okay, tell us about this. You need to reduce what? Noor Soleha? Oh, ada ke? Anyone from the group? Nur Husna? Tak ada. Next slide.
Hello,
Yeah,
Doctor.
yeah.
I'm going to present this.
Okay, make it quick.
Okay, for reduce, Lawrence need to reduce the number of laborers and utilize the manpower in order to cut the monthly cost of expenses, and at the same time is help to maximize the profit. For raise, Laura also can use social media such as TikTok, Instagram, or hire influencer to promote his business and to introduce his business to have more what we call to attract more customers. And yeah, people tend to buy something that went viral, right? When they see at the social media to improve their exposure. Okay, for eliminate, they need to eliminate the uses of CD because nowadays I see that people rarely use CD. People almost use like Google Drive because it's convenient and easy to access every time. Yes, this is also can reduce the cost. And for create, Laura Hall can create good studio with creative props and make sure to meet the theme for the photography and videography requested by the customers. Because I think it is really good for the photography store to have a good props because it can meet the theme that customers want. So yeah, that's all. That's all.
Okay, I'm not sure who's talking.
Yeah, I'm Hanis.
Hanis. Oh, okay, because there's no blue light coming out from you. Yeah, okay, Hanis. Because I want to
Okay.
give you marks for this. Okay. Now, do you have the next slide? Okay, you didn't do the strategy canvas. You didn't do the diagram for the ERRC. Okay, go back to your problem. Okay, Vishalani, are you with us?
Yes, doctor.
Okay. Is there any other problem that you can think of that you think we should add to this? It can be something that, is not discussed in your group. Right now, we're just talking about, ideas. After going through this discussion, do you think of any other problem?
Any other problem? They got a lack of capital.
Okay, that is covered already. We're talking about, insufficient capital. Anything else? Just now I mentioned about fixed costs, high fixed costs. That should be another problem. Anything else?
Yes.
That should be be solved by this company before we can move on if we acquired the business?
Equipment for the professional photographers have to improve it.
Say it again.
The quality of equipment of photographers.
Okay. So you're talking about what? Problems
The
with outdated technology.
yes,
Okay.
new
So,
technology.
okay. So see here, everyone. Problems, when you try to identify the problem, sometimes it's not obvious, you know, when you first doing the case. But as you go through and you think through, you can always come back to the problems. Problems must be solved. Yeah, problems must be solved. Of course, in the last class, we decided to invest in this business. Okay, so everybody knows there's a lack of capital. Okay? If we invest in this business, we realize that, okay, we must solve that problem no matter how. If we want to do this business, we must solve the lack of capital. Okay? And then we realize that this business is heavy on fixed costs. We must reduce the risk of that. So we must solve the problem of high fixed costs. As much as possible, we must cut down our fixed costs. Maybe in terms of salary and wages, you know, we hire more part-timers and keep the minimum number of full-time workers so that when business is slow, you know, we only maintain the full-time workers. That way we reduce our fixed costs. Another option is probably to consider moving to another cheaper location that is more suitable for our new target markets. If you're talking about people who are adventurous, people who like to travel, they don't really go to the mall, you know, they want leisure, they want other things. So we try to change the location. So the location is probably your problem. This is how we go about solving the problems for the case. Okay. And so you see there's also a problem with probably human resource. You know? And these are the things that you can discuss. You should discuss in your group. Raise up question after question after question until you feel that you have exhausted all of the possibilities. Okay, let me see your slide on the tadi apa? Move down. Okay, I don't want to talk about this. Okay, back. The industrial analysis. Just now I mentioned cost structure, and there's also capital structure. What is capital structure? Anyone? Apa itu capital structure?
Can I answer it, Prof? I think it is capital funding from the owner itself and also long-term borrowing or debt.
Okay, we put it this way. Capital structure is a combination of debt and equity. Okay, just now cost structure is a combination of fixed costs and variable costs. It matters whether you have high fixed costs or low fixed costs. Similarly, capital structure now is your choice, whether you want to use a lot of debt or a lot of equity. In this case, most likely it will be heavy on debt. Yeah, this Lawrence will end up taking a lot of loans. Yeah? When you're talking about loans, that's debt. Yeah? Hutang. Debt, carries a lot of commitment as well. You must pay off your debt first. Yeah. So again, here it comes the issue of risk. Yeah, when your capital structure has very high debt versus equity, because equity is shares. Shares, you have studied all of these. There's no a monthly commitment to pay, but debt loans you must pay monthly. You must pay your debt first before you can even pay your own salary. So you must also consider, in the industry analysis, you looked at the average industry. Is it high on debt or high on equity? If your company is in a position which is not in line with the industry, then there is a problem there, problem with your capital structure that you must also address, that you must also think of when you do this analysis. It sounds very complicated, but that is what reality is. It's more complicated than this. This is just a small example of what you're facing later on when you serve as an accountant. Okay, we're almost at the end of the session, yeah. I don't think we should go beyond 1.5 hours because there are a lot of heavy stuff. So I hope everybody learns today, yeah, about basically how we go about solving our cases. Yeah, this is just a simple sample case. This Saturday we will have class, yeah, at 11, and for this Saturday I want every group to be ready with your solution for case 18, which is actually our case 1. I have received some of the slides, yeah, solution for the from some of the groups, but there are still groups that have not yet emailed me the slides. Yeah, you need to do so by Friday, by tomorrow, before 11. Okay, I would require 24 hours, yeah, before class for me to receive all your solution, and so that I can take a quick look, and on the day itself during class I will call any group to present, and like I mentioned, everyone is responsible for the group work. If at any moment I come across or I have the evidence that any one of the group members are not responsible and not doing the job or not putting in the effort, then I have every right to either fail you or actually remove you. I mean, really give you a 0 for participation, and that will really affect your performance. You do not want that to happen. So please make sure everyone play their role, contribute, and know what happened and able to present at any time. Your job in this class is to be professional. I don't want to, face this situation again, like today when I call your name, you're there, you're not able to say a word. And hopefully if you say your line is poor, then hopefully you're telling the truth, because we want to produce only ethical graduates. We really hope you to be honest and be responsible for your work. Okay, I have come to the end of this class. If you have any question, I'm willing to answer at the moment.
Prof,
Anyone?
I had one question.
Okay.
For the email, our group had submit it to you, but can we resubmit it?
Yes, you can. Please submit to my, I will share in the group my Gmail address, and please name your file properly, yeah, because I will be receiving a lot of files. So I want you to use the same standard format for the file. I will share after class, you know, how you should write your file name and where you should send it. Okay. Thank you for the question. Any other question? When you revise your answer, yeah, please put it in the file name. Yeah, at the end, put it revise. Or so that I know, you know, or you say, you know, something to make me realize that this is the second or the third submission. I will only allow to the third submission for now. As we go on, I will just allow for, you know, one or two submission. Okay. Any other question? I have to submit your MCs and all that into the system. So please cooperate with me, you know, for your own sake. Do as you know you're supposed to do. With that, I wish all of you the best. Work hard. See you on Saturday. Work on that Preston case. And I would like to see, you know, a lot of improvements as we go. I hope you learn a lot today and try to apply it in your next case. Okay, thank you very much. Assalamualaikum and goodbye.
Thank you, Prof.
Prof.
Salam, Prof.
Thank you, Prof.
Saturday 11
Thanks
a.m.
again.
Prof.
Okay, bye. I will end the session now. Thank